Hey guys, this is Michael Cheek with MikesGuitarLessons.com, and this is going to be basically a lesson over your first couple of chords, or few chords, and going to be doing some hammer-offs or hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay, so I'm going to show you this quick song that I'm going to teach you, and it's going to show you a couple of chords too. Okay, so the song's going to sound like this. Okay, now believe it or not, this is one of the first songs I ever learned when I first started playing guitar, and it's a great one for learning a few chords, for doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, and kind of putting it all together. Okay, so I've got you in a close-up here so you can see everything really good. Now, basically what we've got going here is 3 chords: an E minor, an A minor, and a B7, which is the toughest one. I'll show you an alternate version that's a little bit easier too, if you want to try that one for your first B7. Okay, but to start off with, let's memorize these chords. And when we play these chords, I want you to memorize these chords for good, basically, meaning you're going to use these chords in tons of other songs, so you don't want to forget them. Okay, E minor and A minor especially, very, very common chords. B7 not quite as much, but still very common, so you don't want to forget it either. And let's go ahead and get started. So our E minor chord. Now remember, in case you don't know, a chord is basically just any time you have more than one note playing at the same time. So I can have an E like that, just a single E note, or that, or even here. But a whole chord means I'm playing more than one note at a time, and usually you need about 3 notes, but 2 will work as a dyad, is what it's called. But you know, typically you have at least 3 notes. Now we've got all 6 strings here we're going to play. Okay, so I want you to basically do this: take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the A string. Okay, all right, now your 3rd finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the D string. Okay, everything else is played, but it's played open. So I play the E string, just open. Then the A string is 2nd fret, D string is 2nd fret, G is open, B is open, E is open. Okay, so you can see how that works. So there's your E minor chord. You want to memorize that. Now your A minor, what you do is this: take these 2 fingers and move them each down 1 string. See that movement I did? From E minor to the A minor right there, except I need to add 1 finger. So I add my 1st finger to the 1st fret on the B string, right there. Okay, so what I've got going here is I don't play the thick E string, but with the A string I go open. I've got 2nd fret on the D string. I've got 2nd fret on the G string with that 3rd finger. I've got 1st fret on the B string. Okay, and I've got open on the skinny E string. Okay, no fingers. Now if you're capable of doing this, you want to bring your thumb around and mute the thick E string. So when you're strumming in other songs, you don't play it because it can't make any noise because you're muting it with your thumb. But if you can't, just to avoid strumming it, in this song that'll work pretty good. Now let's go to the next chord. Now our B7 is a tough one. I'm going to show you the way I play it, and then an alternate version that's a little easier. But here's what you do: you don't play the thick E string, so you don't play this one, but you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. Okay, right there. Your 1st finger goes on the 1st fret of the D string. Your 3rd finger goes on the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay, and your pinky goes on the 2nd fret of the skinny E string. That's the skinniest one. Okay, so what we end up with is, starting at the A string, we end up with 2nd fret, D string is 1st, G string is 2nd, B string is open, and skinny E string is 2nd fret. And that's our B7. Now I know that one is a tough one, and I want you to work towards getting that one. But for now, if you have a lot of trouble with that chord, and it's the only thing holding you back from this song, put your third finger on the second fret of the skinny E string. Put your middle finger on the second fret of the G string. The B is open still. So second, open, second. And then on the D string, put your first finger, first fret. And you just play 4 strings. Just like that. Okay? And you don't play the A string or the E string. Now those are your 3 chords, and that's the order that you play them in. E minor, A minor, B7. Okay? Now this is kind of a longer lesson, so if you wanted to, basically practice those chords over and over again, you can. Okay? But we have more to the lesson. So once you're comfortable with those, you can come back and start, in this section right here where I'm going to actually show you the song. So what it is you strum your put your E minor chord down and strum it very slowly. Okay? Then we go to our melody part, which goes in between each chord. So we're going to go to this skinny E string here, and here's what we're going to play. We're going to play open, second fret, third fret. Okay, so just like that. And use the same fingers I'm using. Now what we're going to do is a slide. Now I've explained slides and other exercises or other videos, but if you're not familiar with them, you might go back and do an earlier video. But you're going to pluck this note again, third fret, and slide it to fifth fret, keeping that pressure down as you slide. Just like that. So open, second, third again, and slide to 5. And now let's come back. We don't have to slide. We're just going to come back to 3, second fret. And now we're going to do a hammer pull-off. What that is I keep the pressure down on my first finger, and I play that note. And then after I play it, my middle finger comes down so hard that I play the next note without re-plucking with my right hand. So, and then we pull off like that. So, and then another pull off. So we go, and when you pull off, you want to pull off to the side a little bit so you actually pluck the string with your left hand fingers rather than your right hand fingers. Okay, so you kind of see how you can hear it when I pull off there. Okay, so again it goes. Okay, now that's how the first part goes. E minor, and then melody. Alright, now we're going to go to the A minor chord. Okay, you've already got it memorized now in theory, so strum it slowly, just like that. And we're going to do the next part. Now we're going to go open, 2, 3, now 3 slide to 5, back to 3, back to 5, and then 5 again, slide to 7. That's that next dot up there. Okay, so open, second, third to 5, 3, 5, 5, slide to 7. Okay? Oh, sorry. Okay, now I think I did that slide 3 to 5. Now I'm blanking out. You can actually change subtle things in here without really changing the actual overall sound. So if you wanted to slide 5 to 3, or 3 to 5, and 5 to 7, you can. If you wanted to leave it out, you could. But so far, here's what we've got. E minor, A minor, I left a slide out from 3 to 5 on that one, just to show you. Now we've got our last chord, B7, or, again, if you want to do this B7, whichever one works, okay? I'm going to do the full one. Go up to 7th fret, and here we're going to do a bunch of hammer pull-off. So you've got your 7th fret pressed down really good on the skinny E string. You're going to pluck it, and with your middle finger, you're going to hammer down on the 8th fret, and then pull off back to 7. So this first finger stays where it's at. So just like that. Watch my right hand. I only pluck it one time with this right hand. Okay? Just like that. So you do that one time. And actually what you do is you go 7 and then 7 again. Like that. Okay? So 1, 1. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the 7th and the 9th. Sorry, the 5th and the 7th frets. Okay, so because there's a fret in between, I use my third finger here. So I go 5 and then 5 again, hammer, pull off. So, okay, now we're going to go back again, 3 to 5. Okay. Now back to 2 and 3. So again, I go back to my middle finger being the hammer finger. Okay. And then pull off to open. And that's the song. So that's what you want it to sound like eventually. So the whole song put together is E minor, A minor, B7, there you go. And if you wanted to afterwards, you could kind of strum these chords, just kind of E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, and just kind of play around with it. The big thing we're trying to do here is learn 3 chords, E minor, A minor, B7, and practice our slides and hammer-ons and pull-offs. So that's it. That's the lesson. We'll just kind of call this the Spanish song, I guess. But when you memorize those chords, don't forget them. We'll use them again in other songs. So if you have questions, email me at feedback@mikesguitarlessons.com. If you're watching this on the website, I've got tablature available for this video. And you should download that and have it in front of you when you're practicing. And that should be good. Thanks for watching, and good luck.